What's up? So today I'm gonna do a very simple look. I just decided to come on here because I hadn't done my makeup in a minute, so I'm like, let me do it today. But I'm gonna start with my Benefit primer and focusing mostly on my T-zone. I'm gonna give it a few seconds so it can work into my skin, and then I'm gonna go in with my L'Oreal Infallible foundation. I forgot to put some concealer under my eyes. This has like a peachy tone to it. I don't know if you can tell on camera. So I like it for my under eyes because my under eyes, man, I have like dark circles. And I also put some here. Brow bone. Okay. And I don't know why I forgot that step. That's like my go-to thing. But anyways, I'm gonna blend that out real quick. I don't know if I told y'all before, but my skin is like going through it right now. Like, usually it's oily, but since the weather is getting cool, since the weather is getting cooler and drier, my skin is drying out with it, you know? So I'm constantly having to do facials more than usual. And it's kind of annoying, honestly. Having dry skin and whatnot. Oh. Because sometimes, like, I'll be trying to do my makeup or whatever. And then I'm like, damn, like, I have to, like, extra hydrate because now my skin is more on the dry side. So my makeup doesn't look good if I use the routine that I was doing before. I just contoured. I used another Infallible Total Cover L'Oreal, but in a darker shade, obviously, as you can tell, and I just contour with this. I used to only do it with powder, but I don't know. I've just been doing it this way lately. So, last week, I swear I didn't do anything at all. Like, I had plans, right? I was gonna do stuff with my friends, go out to eat, blah, 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 whatever, you know, just chill plans that I had with a few friends. Well, I had to cancel all of them because on Saturday, my husband woke me up and he was like, it was 7 in the morning and he had already gone to work. So he called me and, oh, by the way, before I forget, I used Airspun as the translucent powder to set my face. Anyways, oh, I forgot to wear earrings. Hold up. I am always wearing earrings, like always. Big or small, doesn't matter where I'm going, what I'm doing, I'm always wearing earrings. And if I'm not, I feel naked. Anyways, so I'm just gonna do my my eyebrows real quick. So my husband woke me up super early. It was 7 in the morning on Saturday, right? Not this one that passed, but the week before. And I was like, what the hell, you know, like, why is he calling me this damn early? He never calls me that early unless he needs something or whatever, you know? Because he knows not to wake my ass up early. Well, it's early for me. I don't know. I normally wake up 8 the earliest, 9, you know, whatever. So he woke me up, and then I was like, what? And he's like, ay, yo bien amorosa, what? But he was like, I think you're gonna have to come pick me up. And I was like, what? Like, I instantly like woke up like 100% woken up, you know? You know how like when you answer you're like, what? But when he told me that I was gonna have to pick up my friend work, I was like, what the hell? You know, I was shook. I was like, what the fuck happened? And I was like, why? Like, ¿qué pasó? And he's like, I hurt my back. Keep in mind that he had already been telling me for like, I don't know, a week or so that his back was hurting and his back was hurting. That it was kind of like sore or something, I guess you could say. But I wouldn't really pay much attention to him because I was like, oh, whatever. You know how men are when something is hurting them or they're sick or whatever. They're like super exagerados. Like, man, I was like, whatever. Le echas mucha crema a tus tacos. Like, sit your ass down. Well, when he called me that day, I was like, fuck, he was being for real, you know? So yeah, he told me, and he's like, I hurt my back. He's like, I was getting on the machine because he drives like bulldozers and stuff like that. And he's like, I was getting on the machine, and all of a sudden I hear something pop, and I couldn't anymore. And I was like, what the hell? And he had to get help to get off of the machine and whatnot. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? I'm like, damn, you oldie. He's only like 3 years older than me, but still, I was like, damn. And I was like, okay, well, you know, he said he was gonna talk to, I don't know who, some of his coworkers or some shit, supervisor, I don't know what, something like that. So he's like, I'll call you back. So then he calls me back and he's like, no, you know what? I'm gonna drive myself home, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just have to, like, go get checked or something, because he thought his company was, the company he works for, was gonna take him to the doctors or whatever. But since he's like a, what's it called? Self-contractor or contractor? I don't know how the hell, like, the exact terms are for that. But, the company wasn't, liable. Is that how you say it? Liable, or basically, si se chingaba, and it was gonna be his problem. You know, they weren't gonna be, it wasn't gonna be their fault. He was gonna have to take care of himself. So he's like, no, because since he had thought they were gonna take him, he's like, no, I'm just gonna drive home, blah, blah, blah. So he gets home and he can barely walk, like, barely. Like, I was like, what in the world, you know? And so after that, he couldn't even like get down to take off his shoes, like bend over or anything. And I was like, holy shit, like, this is for real. Like, he actually hurt himself. So his job wanted him to stay home until he got a letter from the doctor saying that he was good to go back to work. Oh, I'm gonna prime my eyes with the NYX jumbo pencil and milk. But yeah, they didn't want him to go back to work until he got a doctor's note saying he was good to go back to work. So he was like, how am I gonna do that? You know, it's gonna cost me a pretty dollar to go get checked, because what if, you know, something serious happened to his back and whatnot, and it was just gonna be like a bunch of chaos. So here we go, taking him to the sobandero and whatnot. And, you know, he went, blah, blah, blah. He felt okay that moment. Well, not okay, but better. Not 100% though, but... And we came home, and you could tell he was still in pain, because the way he would sit on the bed para acostarse. Like, he looked like, you know, a pregnant lady when she's trying to sit down and she's just like, oh, you know, like that. Like, that's how he was. And I was like, holy shit, this dude is still messed up. Like, you know, the sobandero didn't do much for him. So we went again. That was on a Saturday. And since the sobandero didn't work on Sunday, we went again on Monday. Well, he only like kind of lo sobó a little bit here and there. And honestly, like, I wasn't too like pleased. But I was like, whatever, maybe it'll work. A ver qué. I'm going to use this color right here. It's called Georgia from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. And I'm just going to put that all over my lid. So yeah, once the sobandero was done, sobándolo or whatever, like, you could tell my husband wasn't satisfied. Because he was still moving around. And he was like, no, he's like, I have this feeling right here, blah, 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 blah. You know, like, I'm not good. I'm not good. And the sobandero was like, oh, it's all in your head. Just move around, blah, blah, blah. You'll be fine. Stop thinking about it. Whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever, you know. He knows best. At least I thought. And yeah, so no quedó like 100%, and he was still like struggling to do like daily activities, like laying down in bed or tying his shoes, you know, anything regarding like him bending over or whatever, like it would still hurt him. So finally I told him, I was like, you know what, like, dejate cosas and let's just go to like a chiropractor or something. Like, I'm sure they will fix you. The only thing was like, fuck, like, how much is this gonna cost us? You know, we've never been to chiropractors before or whatever. So we started looking into it, and it really isn't expensive. So we ended up finding one that's probably 5 minutes from our house. And we went there, and the chiropractor looked at him and, you know, asked him a few questions like, oh, you know, what hurts? Does it hurt when you do this? Does it hurt when you do that? Blah, blah, blah. And then, like, he told him to lay down, and then bam, 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 started, like, pulling on his arms and his legs and, like, you know, massaging his back and this and that, and, like, rearranging his body. And turns out that something from his hips or something, I don't know exactly, but was not leveled anymore, so that's why he was getting the pain. And yeah, so they did that for him, and he felt better, and you could really tell, like, all the movements that he was doing now, you could tell he did them easier. It was easier for him to move around and whatnot. He wasn't 100%, but he was way better. So he ended up the chiropractor ended up telling him to go back, you know, 2 more times during that week, and he did. And like right now, he's almost at 100%. I want to say he's around 80% better than what he was before, because I even felt bad. I'm like, dang, like, he can't even walk. Like, what are we gonna do, you know? And yeah, so he still has a few more sessions or whatever to go to, just so he could be 100%. But he did go back to work finally after a week of being at home. I was already like, oh my god, like, can you go back to work already? You're so annoying. I'm gonna go back in with same palette, but with this purple color right here. It's called, oh, you know what? I told y'all the wrong color to begin with. The first one was Cobbler, this bronzy brown color, and then now I'm going in with this color right here, which is like a dark plum purple. It's called Delectable? Delectable? Is that how you say it? I don't know. But I'm just gonna take that color with the flat brush, and I'm gonna put that under my lash line. Whoa. That's like super dark. I'm gonna have to blend that out. I'm gonna take that same purple color and I'm just gonna put a little bit on my lash line. I swear this palette smells so good. It really does smell like peaches. I'm going to go in with a chunkier fluffy brush. And actually, I'm going to use my highlighter from Becca Cosmetics. It looks like this. It's a pinky, it's a pink color with like gold reflex. It's very pretty. I'm gonna take a little bit of that and put that in the in the brow bone. The inner corner. I feel like this is a more like, you're on the run, like hurry up and get to work. Don't do all that extra stuff type of look. You're running late, but you still want to look presentable type of look. I'm highlighting my cheekbones. I'm gonna be mixing these two blushes right here. A little bit of both. And applying that to my cheeks. And I like to like bring it upwards since my face is so like round. I like to drag it upwards to make my face look longer. Curling my lashes. I want y'all to see the big difference this makes. Like, can y'all see that? I look way more awake. Right here, it looks like I just got socked in the eye. Like somebody just went, ah, you know? Now some mascara. The last time I did something like outdoorsy and stuff like that, I was in Colorado. And we went skiing. We went snowmobiling. What else did we do? We were pretty active outdoors and it was really fun. And like, I've been wanting that lately. I don't know why. Actually, yesterday I was watching this show. I think it's called Meat Eater on Netflix. It's very interesting because it shows you like, they basically go hunting, right? And everything they're hunting for, they're actually gonna eat, and they cook it and everything on the show. And I'm just like, wow, like I've always been so intrigued on that, because I've always wondered, like, how did people do it back in the day? Like, you know, back then they didn't have easy access to weapons like we do nowadays. And it's just so interesting to me how they went about getting their food, you know, all that stuff. Like, it's so crazy to me. Like, I don't know, I just really think deeply into that, and it's very interesting. I actually want to learn how to hunt, and since I was watching that show yesterday, now like I convinced myself I want to learn how to shoot with a bow and arrow. I really do, and I'm gonna make it one of my priorities. It's gonna be on my bucket list. We'll see how that goes. So I'm now going to just slightly line my lips with this brown lip pencil that I don't know where I got it. I can't remember. But you gotta be careful with it because it's super pigmented. I don't want anything too dramatic. And I'm gonna be applying this lipstick by Milani in Dulce Caramelo. It's literally called Dulce Caramelo. And last but not least, this lip gloss by LA Colors in Coral Crush. This one smells so bomb. And it's such a pretty color. It smells like bubblegum, honestly. And it's so pretty. I feel like it goes with every look. Cute. I was gonna do lashes, but I like it like this. It's just something simple, you know? Let me do my hair real quick because I look like a lioness, and I'll be right back. So this is the look. I just did a really quick messy braid right here and just curled my hair a little bit with the wand, and that's it. I'm just gonna finish it off with a little bit of setting spray. This is from Urban Decay. Yeah, that's the look. Very easy, super quick, super let's get out this door, and I hope y'all like it. Peace.